The South African cricket team were known as the perennial chokers in major tournament because they lost all 9 knockout matches in the ICC tournaments over the last 15 years. But now, India seems to be getting there. We earned the tag after losing to Sri Lanka in the 1996 World Cup finals. And now, soon after the ODI World Cup, India has faltered again in the finals. Joining me to discuss this, are India choking? Are India the new chokers? Is cricket legend Madan Lal ji. Welcome to the News9 Plus Show, sir. And my colleague Aditya Raj called. Madan Lal ji, India has faltered at the Under-19 World Cup at the final stages twice. Is there a pattern here, and how worrying is this for you?
It's not worrying, but the thing is, definitely what you said, we are not crossing the line which we should have. The only thing I believe that, the pressure of final gets onto the team.
Right.
That's why they don't cross the line.
Right.
Because you see, most of the players are very good players and they handle the pressure very well. But somehow in the final they choke, that's a problem. That you have to address it. The only way you can address it that you have to be mentally very, very strong, when you approach the game. I watched the game yesterday against Australia.
Right.
The way the Australian approached the game, it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. The way they fought and all.
Yeah, Madan Lal ji, how do you develop a big match temperament? Like you said, how do we stop being chokers? What can we learn, maybe from the Australians?
I think, the first thing I believe, you have to bring this sports psychologist somewhere,
Right.
they have to talk to the player. It's very, very important, which I believe for the last 10 years I'm doing this subject for a long, long time now.
Yes.
I believe the game is played in the mind, And then another thing which I'm being as a coach also Indian team, I think we are very insecure people.
Right.
Very, very insecure, I don't know why we are scared of anything.
Right.
Yesterday they approached the game totally wrong,
Yeah.
They should have approached the game very positively. Never mind if you lose, but at least your approach should be right in the way Australian played, The fear of losing is, I think it's too much, with this young kid. And other thing which I believe, too much hype, going to the parent house, talking to the interview, taking, all these things, getting into the all, Havan and all these things.
Yes.
You must have watched the final, against Australia in that World Cup final.
Absolutely.
And, there was so much going. You can enjoy the game, you can enjoy the victory after winning the game.
You can enjoy the victory after winning the game. Yeah, that's an important point. Fear of losing. Aditya, fear of losing. Imran Khan, 1992 World Cup, and now he's won an election by a landslide.
I think what happens usually with Indian players is that there's immense level of psychological pressure.
Yes.
The country is watching and there are thousands and lakhs of fans closely monitoring.
Right.
Even though I'm of a firm belief that this under-19 team as well, there'll be at least 2 to 3 cricketers, if not more, that will land up in the national cricket team as well. They will represent India.
Yeah.
We have immense talent, and especially with legends like Madan Lal. I've seen him since my childhood.
Yes.
I used to stay in Asian Village, and he used to be there at the Sirifort Auditorium, regularly chasing and training the cricketers.
Right.
And these legends really build the future of India.
Yes.
So clearly, even if there's been a loss, I think Indian cricket is here to stay. We are here to display immense level of new cricket in the coming days, weeks and months.
In fact, immense level of cricket, and we can never back down. But Shekhar is joining us, Shekhar Luthra. Shekhar, what is India? Are India the new chokers, and what's happening to us at the finish line? Why are we losing the game?
Well, the others have spoken a lot about, fear of losing and everything, getting psychologists. But the problem which Madipa probably also knows, that you have to have cricketing knowledge in order to be an administrator. The basic problem right now, ask Madipa, that the problem is that some tailors, some drapers, some non-cricketing people, they are ruling the administrations. They are the people who are creating all kind of problems in cricket.
Right.
What was happening in Mumbai cricket and why Mumbai cricket is still that is thriving, also because there are a lot of cricketers who have been given complete charge of the game.
Right.
That you look after cricket and we look after the administration.
Right.
But in other states, especially Delhi, because the two bigger centers of the cricket in India is Delhi and Mumbai. Mumbai
right.
still have 2 days game, 4 days game, 3 days game.
Yes.
Mumbai still nurture the players, especially the junior players. They
Yes.
don't encourage them to play 2020 cricket. In states like Delhi or any other local states, other states of India, they have been, asking the youngsters, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, to play 20-20, 30-30 over
Yes.
kind of game. They don't give them that kind of exposure.
Yes.
And ask any cricketer like Madan Lal Paji or anybody.
I'm just going to ask, Shekhar, I'm just going to ask
youngsters,
Madan Lalji about
if you
that
give these
Yes.
youngsters, not enough that exposure or not enough that kind of, preparation, just say what, they can play the longer format of the game.
Right.
I don't think you are going to create a good future of cricketers in
Absolutely.
India.
Streaming on News9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.